So if you're climbing Mont Blanc this summer, what type of boot are you going to need to get the job done? My name's John Taylor and I'm the head guide here in Chamonix at Mont Blanc Guides Limited, and we're a guiding agency that specialises exclusively in climbing Mont Blanc. There's quite a big range of mountaineering boots available in the shops, and it's hard to know what to go for as advice can sometimes be conflicting. However, it is hugely important to get this right if you want to avoid what could be a really miserable experience and could even make the difference between getting to the top and not. Now, training and actually climbing Mont Blanc involves many long hours of cramponing up and down steep snow and ice. So the more rigid the boot sole, the more support your foot gets and the less likely it is that the crampon twists off. The stiffer, chunkier boots also tend to be the most insulated, and considering it can often get down to -10 and be windy at the same time on Mont Blanc, even in midsummer, having warmer boots can become a necessity for reaching the top. Now in the UK we have the B1, B2, B3 system to categorise boots by sole stiffness, with B1 being fully flexible and really not intended for crampon use, B3 fully stiffened, designed for long hours in crampons, and B2 somewhere in between. A B1 boot might look something like this. This is the Scarpa Evo Active. A B2 could be this Scarpa Manta Pro or this La Sportiva Trango, and B3s generally look like this Garment Guide Pro or this La Sportiva Nepal Extreme. It's hard to tell B2 from B3 just by looking. You really need to bend the sole in your hand. If you can't move it more than a millimetre or so, it's probably going to count as a B3. There are also specialist boots for very high altitude mountaineering, like this Mie Everest or this Scarpa Inferno, but they're going to be much too cumbersome and too warm for summer alpine climbing. So definitely don't go for these. Many people will tell you you're going to be fine climbing Mont Blanc in B2 boots, and they're not wrong. 90% of the time they work just fine. But if you get particularly cold conditions for your ascent, you could have problems. And if anyone's crampons do end up coming off the boot, it's almost certainly going to be the guy who's got the B2s. So if you're climbing with us, with Mont Blanc Guides, we really want you in B3s, as it's just one less thing that we have to worry about. So what then about renting versus buying? Well, bear in mind a B3 boot is very specifically designed for crampon use, and having a sole that's stiff isn't great for general mountain walking and scrambling. So unless you know you're going to be doing a lot of this sort of thing, it's probably not going to be worth investing, especially as most models come in around 350 euros. Here at Mont Blanc Guides, we've taken a huge amount of trouble with our hire boots over the years to try and find the boot that fits the majority of feet, and having tried a few different models, we've come back to using the Nepal Evo Extreme by La Sportiva. It's actually the boot that I've used myself for many years. Most people seem to get on well with this boot, and you can take all the time you need on your first morning with us to try on and test several pairs, and they can also easily be changed midweek if they're not quite right. Well, I hope that's helpful and you've now got a good idea of the best boots for climbing Mont Blanc. Any questions about our ascent programs, please do drop us a line at the email address in the comments section on the video, or check out our website www.montblancguides.com. And of course, if you're coming to join us on the mountain this season, we very much look forward to climbing with you.